This project that I'll be talking about is my project from my master's, where this is an initial part where I'll be presenting the paper on. The Comparative Innovative Educational Games for Children. It's an ongoing research project where I'll be placing an hypothesis or a statement in which I'll be comparing the existing games in Indian market, getting more into detail in Indian market. It is more towards the games which are available towards the South Bombay, towards the fort area. The reason because I made a subtitle for comparative innovative was the games are the traditional games or the existing games, but the only thing, because it is innovative, is it is adding or it is helping to learn a particular language or a script. Learning fluently is an extremely important skill, where initial part of this paper was towards the normal people or the normal children. It is targeted towards the children from first grade to fourth grade who are learning the basic alphabets from A to Z, and also for the Devanagari. Along with this, further for the project, I also considered for the slow learners. Slow learners are basically, these are the normal children in the normal classrooms, but they are little bit slow as compared to the normal, I'll not say normal, but as compared to the rest of the class. As bilingual, children can have different phonological awareness profiles in their two languages. It is desirable to access children in both language spoken. The paper explores various parameters which imparts knowledge through games. Majorly, I'll be concentrating on one slide where I'll be comparing the two existing games. The main objective of this paper was to study various games imparting knowledge in the existing Indian market. Games impart fun, knowledge during play. The current paper is an hypothesis to associate the Roman script and Devanagari script. I am totally aware that the Indian market or the existing Indian game industry is upgrading and evolving, but considering the accessibility of the existing games in Indian market, the paper is based on it. To investigate whether Devanagari script games are individual innovative applications or a replica of a Roman script games. Amongst the infinite variations of the games, the idea offered now can find functions as well as conflicts in outside games, board games, audiovisual games, indigenous plays and expert games. As it is a brief podium presentation, I'll be highlighting few points from the paper, where the details of this entire research, you will find it on the entire PDF. The main problem what I faced during this research was it was very easy for me to get many games with Roman applications to learn A to Z, but when it came down to Devanagari games or the board games for that matter, it was very not that easily accessible, at the same time not that attractive as compared to the Roman games. The germ of this paper was learning should happen in children's own language, because ultimately if you have an innovative application, you will ultimately know a particular concept more as compared to, like comparing or having a replica of a particular script game. Open a new dimension for comparative study of different existing games in Indian market, along with comparative study between conservative education forum and playful method in education as to aid the learning methodologies. I would like to pay attention to this slide more, where these are the top 10 mobile apps that you can easily download on your Play Store. If you observe the color palette and the innovative or interactive or user experience for the Roman games are more as compared to the Devanagari learning apps. I'm also aware that because now more and more apps are coming, this was basically an ongoing project in which it was an initial part of the research. My contribution to the paper was I have designed few interactive games to learn Devanagari script on an individual level. That is not a part of this research paper. If you observe in the second here, if you see the color palette of the Romans are more attractive, more vibrant as compared to the Devanagari, well, it is getting more dull and it's going towards the earthy color. So it's not that attractive. So psychologically, it affects the child how he will grasp the particular concept of learning. Roman games and Devanagari games with color palettes. Considering the entire phenomena, the background or the area in which the child is learning is very important, where cognitive learning happens. And at the same time, my research paper concentrates more of comparison between either it might be a color palette, it might be an execution point of view, or accessibility of these three games. On the diversion, a playful method is learner-centric. The learning is close to real life and it is interactive in nature. This ensures better internalization of the learning. The pictorial chart represents the entire process of learning, which caters the different level of acquiring respective scripts. On a conclusion, I would like to say it is extremely important that the children in both monolingual and multilingual contexts become literate in a country like India. The results of the present research suggest that to enhance the acquisition to Devanagari recognition, we need to develop individual learning games rather than temporary solutions. The learning through gaming should be more towards the fundamental structures along with the phonological base. Thus, the Devanagari scripts requires more individual approach and designing sensitive, articulated study material. There are many apps now which concentrate more on audio based, more interactive based, but during when I was doing my masters, these were the games which were available on the app, which was freely downloadable. You can easily download those. So comparing those, this research paper was done. From the above inferences, it can be observed the Roman script offers more dimension than the Devanagari script. I'm just referring to the context of games, thereby creating a lacuna in observing Devanagari script, hence creating a need for individual learning. I have also done, with respect to the statement, I have also designed few, like I mentioned before, I have designed few games where a child will start from the basic essentials to he will be an individual learner by following those different steps of learning games. He will be an individual learner when he'll start a particular script to learn. I would like to thank Dr. Professor Siddhesh Shirsekar, Professor Sameep Sawant, Dr. Siddhesh Shirsekar and Professor Sangeeta Patil for encouraging me towards this concept. Thank you so much.